All right. This is take number 1 of the introduction of Molly-Margaret to the Underthing community. So I'm sitting here today with Molly-Margaret of What's Wrong with My Vagina.
Hello.
I love this human being. She's amazing. If you're not following What's Wrong with My Vagina, what's wrong with you? Honestly, like, it's a really great page. It's very informative and it's so authentic. And these are conversations we should be having way more often. So I wanted to bring her here today so you guys can get to know her and follow her platform. So why don't you tell us a little about yourself? How did your journey begin?
I started What's Wrong with My Vagina 1 calendar year ago. Just turned 1. Because I have had chronic yeast infections, chronic BV. I've been struggling with Bartholin cysts, all these problems for the better part of like a decade. And when I like hopped on the internet, I was like looking for answers, looking for comfort, looking for solutions, and like wasn't finding them, you know? So I was like, okay, if it's not out there, I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna make it for myself. You know what I mean? That made the platform that I wish I found when I was looking for it. And I always say that like I wanted to make it to reach out and to be reached out to. Yeah. You know what I mean? I like that. So it's just like a constant conversation about like, what's wrong with my vagina?
And how have like the people been reacting to that? The world, the interwebs.
Super good. Like it's very fun. Like I get dozens of DMs daily, and they're from like 14-year-old girls who got their first period to people who are like, I got a message today from someone who is like middle-aged woman who was like, I just got divorced and like I'm sitting around for the first time, like what do I do? And I was like, fun! yeah. Fun. So it's from like sexuality to sex to periods to infections to STDs, all of it.
All so the vaginal things.
Yeah, and I feel like it's fun for people to reach out to someone personally, that they like know my face, they know my vibe, they know my ethics, for lack of a better word.
Yeah.
But they're not embarrassed.
Yeah.
As opposed to like going to a gynecologist or like hopping on ZocDoc or whatever it's called and talking to like a stranger.
Yes. Honestly, when I found her page, I saw the subtitle of When WebMD Fails. And like that was like a moment I was like, hell fucking yeah. Like we've all been there where we're in that situation. Yeah. Like there's something wrong.
Yeah.
Am I dying?
Right.
And WebMD is like,
yes, you are.
Yeah. And like there's no in between. There's no like you're
just
fine.
Wait a couple days.
Or you're bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
And no one's having these conversations about the fact that like, hey, we're all getting UTIs, we're all getting yeast infections. STDs will come and go. Like I remember the first time I got an STD, I really thought I was gonna die.
Oh,
I was like, this is
I didn't
over.
know that STDs were curable when I got mine. I was like, I have chlamydia for the rest of my life
and I'm dying.
Yeah.
Yay.
And they're like, you'll be good in like 2 days.
Take this pill, this one pill.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so needed.
Totally. Yeah.
So if you could go back to that younger you, say you're 14, whatever.
Oh my God.
What do you wish she was told or she knew about sex and relationships? What would you tell her?
There was definitely a huge weight on virginity and like holding on to your virginity and like saving your virginity for like the right person, which like now that we're grown-ass women, we know that we're not going to find the right person when we're 18, 17, 16.
Yeah.
We're just not.
Low chance.
Maybe you will, but like you might not.
Yeah. And like you'll regret it later when you're 50. Not
totally.
You're like, okay.
So I wish that there was an energy when I was in those like earlier ages where they were like, you're 16, 17, 18, you're just like a ball of hormones and like you're super horny and you just want to like get laid and you should explore that like horniness as opposed to like exploring finding the right one. Because even I'm 25 now and like I'm still not even trying to find the right one. Like I'm still just trying to get laid. You know what I mean? And it's like 10 years after the fact.
That is life's journey.
Yeah. Really. So like if I'm 25 and I'm still not looking for the one, when I'm 14, I'm definitely not going to be like looking for the one.
Right.
So I wish there was more of like a vibe of like, you should just masturbate or like date different people or like explore what your like sexual identity is. You know what I mean?
That's so real.
As opposed to driving this narrative of like, find the one and then give up your virginity to
You
them.
know?
It's so icky.
It is.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
is. And it's so like prehistoric. It doesn't even make sense.
Yeah.
And it's crazy too because it's like there's such a focus on finding the one, being in love. But it's like, did you feel like you knew that for yourself? Like,
Right.
I surely didn't.
Yeah.
Ourselves. What is it about self-love that you feel like women should know or men should know of any age?
Yeah. This might be a different thing, but like, let me know what you think about this. When I was like early teenager, late teenager, I was like starting to masturbate and like learning what that was and like where my like pleasure center was and like what I liked, what I didn't like, doing all the weird freaky shit like a teenager does when they're masturbating. But I didn't connect that to my relationships with other people. Like it was two separate things. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
It wasn't like I learned about myself through masturbation. I like this, and I wouldn't like bring that into those relationships with people that I was. I mean, I was like 16. I wasn't there. Like I wasn't like fucking these people.
Yeah.
But I could have known like, oh, I like this or I like X, Y, and Z. So there were two separate things. Whereas now that I'm like an adult, I'm like learning. I know to like masturbate. So I can learn more about myself, so my relationships can be like richer and like more informed.
That's so real.
I'm like, I know for myself that I like X, Y, and Z. I'm gonna share that with you, so you know how to like give that to me, and that's so special.
What she just said. Honestly, same.
Yeah.
And I literally never even thought about that until just now.
Literally me. When you asked me that question, that's where I went.
I was like, I mean, we were all masturbating. We were all doing weird things. Like, and it wasn't even weird. It was weird because
it was weird for us
we didn't talk to anybody about it.
Right.
And like, now in my grown state of life or whatever, I'm like, I know to a partner, like, hey, this is what I like.
Right.
I know to use this and direct it to like bring pleasure to my life. What the fuck was I doing?
Yeah, but of course, like, I'm not gonna be 16 and being like, here's all the shit that I want. Like, of course not.
Right.
But it was so separate.
Yeah.
It was like sex with myself and sex with other people.
Yeah.
Or like sensuality with other people.
And I think that that's something to get into just for a little bit. Is like the idea of like, here's something that I want in communicating with a partner.
Yeah.
If you guys don't follow her, you may not know. She's very communicative. And it's great though. It's great because it's like, we were all thinking it. And it's also like, we were all going through it. We know someone who's been through it. We know somebody's about to go through it. But like, no one's chatting about it. How do you talk about these things?
With who?
Well, that's a good question. I mean, let's start off with sharing it with Instagram, like what got you into doing that, and then maybe sharing it with a partner after.
Sure.
Okay.
I feel with Instagram, when I first started my Instagram, I really didn't know how deep to go. I kept it like pretty surface in the beginning because I was like, no one wants to know some strangers like yeast infection-y and sex life. Like they don't. It's like gross, it's icky. Like who am I to them? They don't need to know.
Yeah.
But just like slowly, it organically got more and more personal.
Yeah.
And that's what people are obviously like attracted to. Like they want to know the down and I want to know the down and dirty. Like I don't want some general version.
Honestly, this is why I'm introducing you guys to her today. Like, it's like these are the conversations that need to be had.
Yeah.
So when it comes to now communicating with a partner, like that one-on-one, I'm sure that's different than the Instagram life.
For sure.
Yeah.
Because I think on Instagram life, I definitely like tailor a version of it. Like I'm like, this is what happened. Kind of. You know what I mean? I take what I want to tell you guys. But in the moment, it's definitely more like magnified and like face to face. And we were talking about this before, but like, what my total motto is like, if you are having bad sex, it's your own fault because like you're not communicating to partners, you're not asking for things that you want, and I am like the queen of like, if that feels good, I'm gonna tell you. If it feels bad, I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah.
Because, like, why not? Like, why be wasting your time with some fuckboy who, like, can't find your fucking clit? Just be like, it's right here. And then there you go.
Yeah.
Like, you don't need to just be... And listen, there's, like, two sides to the coin. There's one side where, like, I don't want to teach every partner how to find a clit over and over and over and over again. Like, partners should definitely be doing their homework and, like...
Right.
Educating themselves.
Yeah.
But also, like, I'm the same way. Like, I struggle to find, like, people's sweet spots. And if they're not helping me out, it hurts my feelings.
Yeah.
And it's as much as them being like, hey, I really like when you, like, touch my nipples or kiss my neck
right.
or touch me in this way. I'm like, cool, that just saved me of, like, 30 minutes of fumbling around.
You know?
Yeah.
And then there's also, like, the taboos attached to things. Like, if I try to get crazy, like, we've all heard about, like, the finger.
Come hither. Yeah. The G-spot.
Like, is this gonna, like, you don't want to offend the partner. You don't want to.
Right. Yeah.
Can I try this? I think,
right.
like, that communication breaks those barriers down.
Totally.
Yeah. We're back.
Thank you for holding for the cough. We're talking about self-love.
Self-love. So like, what about self-love?
Edit this out. I'm gonna cough.
I love that we're like our pro ads.
You know.
I got it on Wayfair for like $250.
Oh, I love it. They're like, do that too big.
And it's definitely what I paid for.